There is a question asked by one of the participants in the project management workshop. So let me quickly answer that. The question goes like this: is project charter same for projects from different domains? For example, software projects, banking, engineering, manufacturing, insurance, etc. Now, here we need to understand that although domains change or the technology change, project management is a concept, philosophy, art, science, which has its own tools and techniques. A project charter is not just a document, it is the conviction, it is the mindset. It fundamentally helps the organization, the project sponsor, the project manager, and of course, the stakeholders involved in the project to get to know the high level information about the project. It also creates the conviction, the commitment that is necessary at the strategic level, at the tactical level, and the operational level of the project. And of course, it gives authority to the project manager. Now, when we look into these three aspects, the project charter template or project charter contents never change. The format, I'm saying. Of course, depending upon the project objective, the background of the project, the need for the project, uh, a very operational level call or the tactical level call, like what are the assumptions that we are making, the content in the template or the content in the project charter will change. But the project charter as a document will never change because the purpose of the project charter remains constant, independent of the project. Now, we are discussing the projects from different domains. Let me go into a project on a very personal note. Say someone wants to reduce the weight of the self. That is, I want to reduce the weight, my tummy. I want to become fit, so and so forth. But then I'll ask, okay, that's fine. But what is the objective of your project? Exact objective. Said, no, I want to reduce the weight. No, I need to create the measurable objective. And then we'll two sit together. If I'm a coach for the project manager, project sponsor, then I'll say, look, we have to have an objective which is measurable. We cannot simply say that to reduce the weight. We'll say, okay, to reduce the weight from X to Y kg or from X to Y pounds from this date to that date. So I need to have an end date. So that's an objective. Now the project manager, whoever is the project manager, must have an authority and also the overall description. So project charter, somebody who wants to create a charter for its PMP examination project. Now, project management professional is an examination. Well, let's say I want to clear the PMP examination. So I would ask, okay, what is the project objective? To clear PMP examination within 2 months in first attempt, right? So that makes the objective very tangible with success criteria, with the timestamp, and fine. It is reliable, achievable, fantastic. Then definitely there will be a question as to why do you want to do this particular project? Why PMP? Now, that's a very important portion of the project charter, extremely important portion. Now, the project doesn't take a birth like an orphan child, never. It has its own, it should be obviously, it should have its inheritance from the business need or the strategy. Why do you want to clear PMP examination? Okay, the person may say that I want to have a career growth, and in that, I'm saying I should get a good projects to manage, and generally the industry needs uh, PMP certification for that. Oh, look at that. That means PMP clearing the PMP examination is a project on a big canvas of a strategy of that individual. There is a bigger goal or there is a bigger canvas. So that canvas has created. So that is known as business need. So project charter will have a business need. Now, independent of the domain, any project that is crafted has a business need. There is a reason for something to get done. And project is a mechanism by which we move from vision to reality. Somebody needs something, there is a reason for it. And then I need to reach that particular state. that vision, I need to really reach that state, in state. So I have a project objective, and obviously I need to ask from where this project objective has popped up. The bigger canvas might not be achieved by only clearing one objective or achieving one objective. So I might have to trigger more projects to achieve one objective, one bigger canvas, that is strategic plan or a business need. And that can become a program also. So project charter will have project objective. It will also have business need drafted. uh, it will also have very high level description of the project. What are the high level deliverables, and what are the constraints that we are focusing, or what are the constraints that we are experiencing, what are the assumptions that we have made, are there any high level risks involved into that, who are the key people, who are the key departments, something like that. Now I would not give a complete example of a PMP examination project charter. That is something that you can do it by referring to any format, right? So now, if you try to understand the very purpose of the project charter, it doesn't change from domain to domain, industry to industry. For that matter, even size of the project will not impact the purpose of the project charter. Project charter purpose is very clear: the high level description, the authority to the project manager, and a commitment of the key stakeholders. It's not just a document, right? So project charter will have key aspects minimum: that project name, project objective, the very need for the project to take place, that is business need, project sponsor, who wants this project to happen, who is a liaison or who is a connect between the need of the business and who crafted this particular project, who wants this. So in my personal project, I am the business, I am the sponsor, I am the financer, I am the project manager. I felt that I should grow in my career. So that's a sponsor's mindset. And then I found out myself as a project manager and told myself, Dhananjay, you should get this particular project done because we want, right? So in the personal projects, I end up playing different roles. Even then, project charter doesn't change. Project charter doesn't change in the sense the content required or the parameters involved in the project charter never change because purpose doesn't change. I repeat, and then we'll conclude. Project charter is a document, is an activity, is a mindset that creates authority to the project manager. Sponsor writes the project charter, or sponsor communicates the project manager about why we are doing this particular project, that is business need. And it also helps in conducting the kickoff meeting. So what is the project name? What is the project objective? The business need for which the project is being sanctioned, and also high level descriptions of the project, the name of the sponsor, who is taking charge or who is taking the responsibility to authorize the project manager, and clear authority statements for the project manager. Now, see that once you understand the purpose of the project charter, you will understand what has to be there, what is to be there in the project charter, and then you yourself will uh, realize that project charter doesn't change. Of course, depending upon the project, the content of the project charter will change, but the format, the template, or the parameters that one writes under project charter doesn't change, right? So if you have any other questions, always you can ask, and we can interact from this pattern. Of course, for to quickly summarize, if you really see, if you know the two-dimensional diagram of the project management, which I have drawn, this is the beginning, this is the birth of the project, where authority transfer comes into picture, knowledge transfer comes into picture. I also get to know who is the community involved. So that is project stakeholder register and project charter. Now, this is something that triggers the planning of the project. Without the existence of the project charter, there is no point in going ahead with the project itself. I must be clear as to why this particular project is moving ahead. But project charter will never have details of the project. It need not be, right? So that's the D. Now, these things are also described, or it is also discussed in various projects or various courses that we cover. All of us are aware about it. So thank you very much for asking these questions, and I hope I have answered the queries. So This was the question, and here are this is the website where you can see various courses. And if you go to LearnX, here you see that PMP examination project, and so on and so forth, right? So uh, thank you very much, right? So these are the projects, these are the courses in the project management that I was sharing. And go through that. Thank you so much.